Howdy, I'm Matt, and in this episode we're going to be taking a look at the Lipo protection bag made by Realacc. Now, I just want to go on the record and just make the point straight away that using bags like this, no matter upon their size, whether they're smaller ones like this or larger ones, are always a good idea for the storage, the charging and the transportation of Lipo batteries. We must remember that these batteries are only protected by a simple, very thin piece of film, and it literally only takes a pinprick to go and set them off. And of course, once one cell goes, so we take this battery here for example, this is actually an LIHV and there's 4 cells in there. It only takes one of the cells to go. Once that starts smoking, the amount of heat which is generated can and normally does set off the other cells within the Lipo cell too. So just needed to make that point at the beginning. It does not matter whether you choose this Lipo bag, smaller ones or larger ones. Genuinely speaking, they are a fantastic idea for those three reasons which I just mentioned. Now, this is obviously a smaller Lipo bag. Now, actually, I quite like the smaller ones. The reason being is that many of you know that I fly larger RC models, so I may be using larger 5200 packs or 2200 4S packs like this, and this bag realistically is just too big for batteries like that, although 2200 3S or 2200 3S might be suitable. Actually, you would get away with that on there. Just be careful, if it was ever to vent, it's going to come out the side of there. But on a serious point is that for smaller batteries, maybe like a 1300 3S, a 700 3S, or maybe little 4S packs like which come with the little multi-rotors, or a 2S or a smaller 2S, this would be absolutely perfect, because for the multi-rotors, maybe you've got a Whoop for example, is that you could put this on charge. So for example, imagine that's connected up to the charger, you can then pull this tight, and then if that battery was to ever vent, okay, is that it is going to contain that venting of the battery and give you some extra time. Okay, now I will be doing a series on these Lipo safe bags because some of them say explosion proof, so I will be putting fireworks in these and setting them up and running away. But in all seriousness, that video is going to be a lot of fun and I can't wait to make it. But I would like to say a massive thank you to Banggood for supporting us with this video, because I explicitly went to Banggood and asked for this Lipo safe bag and 3 others, and they're going to allow us to blow them up, set fire to them, etc, etc, because if these bags can hold a firework, then a Lipo going off is going to give you an extra couple of minutes to resolve the situation. Now, in all seriousness, those of you which have watched the other videos on these Lipo bags, I am going to repeat myself here, is that a very good friend of mine, he bought a balance lead adapter before there was any standards to balance leads, and he thinks it was wired incorrectly. He put his battery on charge and then left it in his garage. Unfortunately, that burnt down his garage because the Lipo caught fire, almost caught fire to his entire house and his neighbour's house. Literally, it was fire brigade got there and it could have gone completely in a matter of minutes. So like I said, Lipo safe bags, no matter if they're smaller ones like these, which are very, like for me, I think they're a fantastic idea, because I've got 3 of those batteries for a little quad which I've got here, and this would be a perfect place to store them. So for the transportation, the charging, or storage of the Lipo batteries, bags like these are an absolute no-brainer when they literally only cost a couple of dollars. So I'll put a link to this Lipo safe bag in the video description if it takes your attention. So taking a look around the actual Lipo safe bag itself, it's got like a fake leathery material on the outside, but what we're really interested in is that it has that fireproof material on the inside, and we have half decent stitching along the inside too, so that's always important in there. And to be honest, I do quite like the idea of the draw cords, because it would be a case that, like I said, I've got multiple of these smaller little 4S battery packs. I could pop them in there, you'd be able to get many batteries in there, and it's just that extra transportation, it's just that extra layer of protection to the batteries, because it literally only takes a pinprick to damage one of the cells in there and then they can go. Now obviously you could then go on and use it for charging, as the case may be. Yeah, I think I've made my point. Lipo-safe bags are always a good idea, no matter upon the size, whether they're small ones like this or larger ones, for those 3 reasons which I've mentioned a few times. For the sizing of this bag, as you can see on my workbench, this is approximately 10 centimeters by, we'll say 13 centimeters long, and you are going to get several, and I mean that, several smaller batteries in there. You can store, it would be perfect for a 1300 3S or 1300 4S for sure, even the real big fat high C ones, and like any of these things are going to be absolutely fine in here. And again, for the storage of batteries, it just makes a no-brainer for them to be tucked up, put safe in there, and it's just that extra layer of protection for when you're traveling with these and you've got them in your flight bag. So with that said, a big thank you to you for taking the time to join me here at the workbench. I know it might be a little bit of a boring topic, but there is a serious side to this. Lipo bags really do work, and of course look out for that other video very, very shortly, like I said, when we set fire to these using multiple methods, and one of which will definitely be fireworks, just to hammer home the point on how important these lipo bags are, no matter on how small or how large they may be. So with that said, from myself, Matt, big thank you to you for taking the time to join me here for this episode, and I'll see you again shortly. Cheerios!